In this demonstration, we'll walk through the PIMS processes for scholars who have exited their training program. Grantees are expected to exit a scholar within 30 days of their graduation or exit from the training program. Start by logging into PIMS and selecting the grant your scholar is funded through under the Grants menu. In the Submitted table, find the scholar you're ready to exit and select their name to open the record. Scroll down to Section E, Status Information. This is where you'll update the scholar's status. Select the status that matches their situation: exited, graduated, completed the program, or exited without graduating, completing the program. If you indicate that the scholar exited without graduating or completing the program, you'll need to specify whether the scholar completed one academic year of the training program. The length of an academic year is determined by each individual institution. If the scholar did not complete one academic year, they will not be able to fulfill through service. If you indicate that the scholar has graduated or completed the program, you will need to answer some additional questions. On the legacy system, grantees often missed or neglected to respond to the exit information because it appeared after the exit certification step. In the enhanced PIMS, grantees are now required to answer the exit questions before preparing the exit certification or EC. The last step before initiating the EC is to review all the information in the scholar record for accuracy. Once you click Prepare Exit Certification, the record will become read-only. The exit certification is required for scholars to exit and is a legally binding document. It records the scholar's field of study, the funding they received, and their service obligation or repayment obligation going forward. The EC will be pre-filled using the information in the scholar record. Review the information in the EC, including the tabs under Notices and Statements. The exit terms and conditions list the service obligation requirements of the scholar, which is dependent on whether they graduated or completed, exited without completion, or did not complete one academic year. If you need to upload a PDF exit certification, you can do that by clicking Upload Files. The PDF EC must be signed in ink or using a legally binding software like DocuSign and must have the scholar's Social Security number redacted. Remember, there are 3 different EC forms for RLTT scholars. These can be downloaded from the Payback Agreements and Exit Certifications link under Additional Resources Program Information. Make sure you use the correct form that aligns with the amount of training your scholar completed. If you have not been able to contact your scholar to have them sign an EC, you may upload an explanation for this and include a list of all contact attempts you have made to reach the scholar. You will need to contact the help desk before doing so. When you're ready to submit the digital EC, click Send to Scholar for signature. PIMS will then email your scholar inviting them to view the pending EC. We will show how to make changes to the EC later in this video. I will now show the scholar's view. I'm logged in as the scholar and will go to the Agreement section to access the pending exit certification, which is read-only right now. If the scholar reviews the EC and agrees with the information entered, they will type their name in the text box. And then click Accept and Submit. However, if the scholar disagrees with any of the information in the EC, they can leave a comment in the message log. For this example, we will disagree with the date of exit. Typing any text into the message log will remove the signature field and not allow the scholar to sign the form. Scholar should click OK on the pop-up and then click Send to Grantee for review. This will notify the grantee that the scholar has disputed the exit certification and changes are needed. I am now logged in as the project director of this grant. You can access the pending EC through the Grant Scholar Management table or by clicking on the notification icon. The scholar's message about the dispute is located at the bottom of the page. You can click on the message to see the full text of what the scholar wrote. To edit any field within the EC, in this case, the scholar's date of exit, you will need to remove the current version, edit the scholar record, and then regenerate a new EC. To do this, go back to the scholar record. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click Remove Exit Certification. Then click on the scholar's name again to go back to their scholar record and make any edits that are needed. Once you've made those edits, make sure that you review the scholar record again to ensure it is accurate. Then click Prepare Exit Certification. This will generate a new form using the updated scholar record. And now we can see the date of exit has changed. Once again, review the EC and click Send to Scholar for signature. You and your scholar will repeat this review and approval process until both the scholar and the project director have signed the agreement. Grantees will receive a notification once the scholar signs the exit certification. As project director, I will now sign the agreement as well. Remember, secondary users cannot sign ECs. When signing, do not write anything in the message log or it will void your signature. Then click Submit Exit Certification and Exit Scholar. That's the process. You can download the signed EC anytime from the Agreement section of the Scholar record.